The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. As I've said several times up to this point, the most common question asked of a non-faceless vehicle is why do we have faces? The second most common question is do we feel love? While the former inquiry can only be answered with theories and speculation, the latter is more definitive. Yes, we do. I will concede that, being machines, we likely feel love dramatically different to humans, but I don't think that makes it more or less significant. As it tends to be with humans, our relationships are often formed from common interests and matching personalities. Some can last a lifetime, while others are just a passing fancy. It should come as no surprise to anyone that there had been something between Thomas and Kate ever since they first met, and their time together in Railgate had only made their bond stronger. And ever since Molly arrived on Sodor, Eric had taken a keen interest in her. I'm pleased to say the feeling was mutual. They spent a lot of time together and would talk at all hours, which did get a little irritating when some of us were trying to sleep. Nonetheless, we were happy for our number 12. As for Molly herself, as she would prove several times, she was as smart as she was strong. So you see, by arranging the coaches in blocks according to the schedule, you'll be able to pick them up after you leave the sheds and take them straight to the platforms. That way, the passengers can get on board and be off without having to wait for the engine to arrive. That is genius, Molly! So simple, yet so efficient. I'm surprised to hear you support this idea, Gordon. And why is that? I seem to recall you once ripping Thomas a new smoke box after he suggested you shunt your own coaches. Now you're agreeing to do just that. Percy, if this arrangement leads to improved service for our passengers, I am willing to adapt. All right, who are you and what? Don't do that, Percy. James already made such a jab a long time ago. Bother. Anyway, like Gordon said, this is a clever idea, Molly. It was always such a hassle juggling the coaches about those 3 small sidings next to the station. Too bad I can't take full credit for it. We had a similar situation back on the Great Eastern Railway. My manager at the time was the one who thought up how to fix it. Good show to him and to you. Cheers, lads. Hello, Gordon. Good afternoon, Lily. How are you today? I'm fine. Yourself? Just grand. We've implemented a new shunting arrangement that is sure to boost our passenger services. Being a MIDI, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Touché, my dear. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. And what day is that? The day where you would not only refrain from complaining about fetching your own coaches, but where you would also act civilly towards a middy. The world's gone mad! What is this? Insulting Gordon Day? First Percy and now you, Edward. Yes, I once thought shunting was below my stature, and I was wrong to think that. As for conversing with Lily, is it a crime to talk to a friend? Steady on, Gordon. I'm only pulling your buffer. But if you don't mind my asking, how exactly did you two become so friendly? Do you remember last year when we had to help the middies during all those strikes? Well, Lily was kind enough to show me around the dockside at Brendam. In all honesty, I was ordered to do that by Mr. Zorro, and I bitterly protested it. But the more I had to work with Gordon, the more we ended up chatting. As time went on, I found myself hating him that much less. Now, I dare say I too regard him as a friend. Well then, cheers to the both of you. Thank you, Edward. And I must be off. Good day to you, Edward. And to you, Lily. Have a good run, Gordon. You as well, my dear. You as well. Goodness, Gordon! What's going on? My whistle valve came loose! Crikey! The noise is terrible! Well, the sooner you fix it, Anthony, the sooner it will stop! We can't do it here! We don't have the proper tools on board! We'll have to head to the workshop at Wellsworth. Yes, please! Take him away and stop that noise! It's not my fault my whistle valve came loose, Diesel! I wasn't just talking about the whistle. You might just be the most repulsive engine I have ever met. I resent that. What do you mean might be? Alright, I stand corrected. You are the most repulsive engine I have ever met. And don't you forget it. So did Gordon stop by? He tried to, but he couldn't get clearance into the workshop because all the sidings are occupied. And you didn't do anything to help change that? Why would I want to help that galloping sausage? Or should I call him the galloping banshee? You two are both prats. You know that, right? Says the engine who leaves trucks on the main line. Too right. Sometimes you make Colin look smart. Are you saying I'm dumb? Look, a green walrus. Where? I rest my case. Hey, that's not funny. What's going on? What are you two doing to Eric? Just proving he has the intelligence of a goldfish. You make another crack like that, and I'll bump you off the bloomin' rails. Don't, Eric. He's not worth the effort. What are you doing here anyway? Preparing to take that goods train to Barrow. It's an important job, so that's why they got the professionals to do it. I.e., the nor'easters. We're not professionals, eh? I'll bet we can handle that job better than you. You couldn't even move the train if you wanted to.
Both me and Adam could. Care to test that? Sure. Alright. If you two can pull that lot up to the station, I'll let you take them on. Wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with those trucks, is there? They're not faulty or nothing. No, they're in perfect working order. Then you're on, love.
You ready, Adam?
Ready when you are.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3, pull! Ha ha! That was easy. Bet you didn't think we could move this lot, did you?
No, I didn't. Not when I had such trouble with it.
Really? Now that's just sad.
Anyway, a deal's a deal. We take this lot onto Barrow now.
Go on. Talk to Whiff when you get there. He'll tell you where it has to go. Better luck next time, love.
Hang on. Molly, weren't those the trucks?
Yep.
So they're taking...
Yep.
But aren't they going to get paid for taking it?
Yes. But I'm now free to take care of that job at the lumber yard. And I heard Adam was supposed to take some petrol to the fort. Maybe you should head on over to the oil depot to offer your services if he doesn't show up.
I knew there was a reason I liked you so much.
Me too, love. Me too. We'll make a bundle from this lot.
Diesel? Don't these trucks feel a little light to you?
Yeah, but I assumed it was because we're in peak condition.
I'll buy that.
Hello, Whiff. Oh, Diesel. Adam. I wasn't expecting you.
No, you were expecting Molly, right?
I was. Wait, you didn't steal this train, did you?
No, we didn't. We won it off her fair and square.
Won it?
She bet we couldn't pull these trucks from the siding at Wellsworth up to the station. She was wrong.
And it's better that we took it anyway. She said she'd had trouble moving it. I see. Well, thanks for bringing this lot back. We need all the...
Wait a moment. What do you mean by bringing this lot back?
Molly took this train out earlier today. So why would she bring it back? Because I asked if she could, so the trucks could be reloaded for another train. Reloaded? You mean these trucks are empty? Well, yes.
I told you they felt like diesel. Not now, Adam.
Wait, you mean to say you thought you were bringing in a full goods train? She didn't tell you it was empty?
Hope you lads didn't strain yourselves.
Belt up, you mongrels! Diesel, we've been had! I know, Adam. I'm surprised you didn't catch on. I mean, didn't you think it was strange you two could pull a train that a heavy goods engine couldn't? Oh dear, we are in trouble. And trouble is exactly what they got when they returned to Brendam. Mr. Zorro laid into them hard. By falling for such a trick, the LMS had lost out on a very profitable contract of delivering petrol to Fort Sudrian, a job Eric was conveniently able to take. Furthermore, by not having to return those empty trucks, Molly was able to handle an important assignment up at the lumberyard. While Mr. Starr was pleased by the earnings we had taken on our goods contracts that day, he was a little disappointed by the methods that had been used. And Gordon's whistle problems had created an awkward situation. Since our number 4 couldn't get access to Wellsworth, he had to carry on to Marin. Stopping there, a couple of fitters were able to fix the problem by knocking the loose valve back into place with a hammer. Unfortunately, the time that had been spent correcting this fault meant Gordon had arrived late with the express. The passengers weren't too happy about this and complained to Mr. Starr. Our director had to placate them somehow and reluctantly decided to take Gordon off express duties for the next week. Amazingly, Gordon didn't protest this. In fact, he actually agreed with Mr. Starr's decision. And so, he handled goods trains for the next 7 days, doing so without complaint and with expected professionalism. But, I'm sorry to say, that didn't stop the middies from teasing him every chance they got.
You know, Gordon, your whistle reminded me of an old legend I heard back in Scotland. It told tale of a monster that used to roam the moors, terrifying people with its horrific shrieks. Perhaps it's made itself at home in your smoke box. The only unpleasant sound I'm currently hearing, Douglas, is your inane chatter. You know Reese's can't take a joke, can you? We only laugh at jokes that are funny. Not that any of you miscreants in the LMS know what good humour is. Are you lumping Lily in with the rest of us miscreants? She is the exception. Oh, a true gentleman you are, sparing a woman from your snide remarks. She's certainly too good for your company. If I didn't know better, Gordon, I'd think you had designs on her. That is none of your business. Considering she's my girlfriend, I beg to differ. Girlfriend? Don't you dare speak such lies. Why would I lie about something that could so easily be disproven? Ask her the next time you have one of your little chats. And dignify such an absurdity? I think not. And don't you dare spread your slander any further. Why is it so hard for you to believe she and I are a couple? Because the idea a woman like her could find a Caledonian appealing is absurd. Ugh, is it now? I don't have to stand here and listen to this. I've got better things to do than waste my time with a Doncaster git. Scottish simpleton.
Hello again, Gordon.
Hello, Lily. It's good to see you. It's certainly a lovely day, isn't it?
You're certainly upbeat, considering your situation. Being removed from the express and all that.
Well, Mr. Starr had to satisfy the passengers somehow. It wasn't personal. I knew that.
I must say, Gordon, I'm very proud of the way you're handling this. Which is more than I can say about your conversation with Douglas the other day.
He told you about that, did he? Did he also tell you the root of our argument?
That he and I are a couple? He didn't have to, because it's true.
What? He wasn't lying?
I thought I told you about that, Gordon.
No, you most certainly didn't.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
Not that it's any of my business, but when did it happen?
I couldn't say when exactly, but I can tell you it started the night he chased off Dominic's ghost. I was so enthralled by his courage that, well, it just progressed from there. He really is a good bloke, Gordon.
I see. Then I clearly owe him an apology.
He's over at the fort right now.
Then, as the old saying goes, there's no time like the present. Excuse me, Douglas. Can I have a word with you?
Only if it's goodbye.
It's sorry. I'm sorry for what I said to you the other day. It was vile and rude, and I cannot apologize strongly enough.
What brought this on?
I just spoke to Lily. She confirmed what you had said. And let me say, good show to the both of you. She's a fine woman.
Aye, she is. And thank you for that, Gordon. But I would like to know, do you have designs on her?
I'd be lying if I said the thought had never crossed my mind. But the more I did think about it, the more it just didn't make sense. We're better friends than anything else, so you have nothing to worry about from me.
I appreciate you saying that. You know, when all's said and done, you're a good engine, Gordon.
As are you, Douglas.
Is that?
I do believe it is.
Howdy, lads. Look who's back.
Henry! Hello! When did you get out of Darlington?
A few days ago. And the Fat Controller himself was there to greet me. He then gave me the job of delivering this lot to the fort on Sodor. To which I said, "But sir, there is no fort on Sodor." And he said, "A lot's changed on your island since you've been gone." Looking around, I can see that was an understatement. What else has been happening?
I think you'd be better off consulting Edward for such answers.
And I did indeed inform our number 3 of Sodor's happenings that night in the shed. We were all very excited that he was back, but a little saddened too, because his return meant both Molly and Winston would have to leave the island. I'm pleased to say that we all had a proper goodbye and that we managed to stay in touch afterwards. It was good that our entire crew was back together, especially given that a very special event was fast approaching. But that is a story for another day.